As a kid, all I could think about was getting out and running around. Heard my teachers and my bosses making offers to tie me down. But the poets and the misfits, the lost and profound, we're talking like the world's a big old tangle of souls. So I set out for the shimmering distance, not dressed for the wind and rain, unaware that any blessing worth having comes with a burden of pain. And all the love and all the hurt, the sacred and profane, are bundled together in the bittersweet tangle of souls. The way wound through towns and tenements, through deserts and dirty streets, I struggle to hear a kindred heart in the chorus of concrete. But by happenstance I chanced upon the ones I needed to meet. Such a rare thread in this vast tangle of souls. Between the field of stars above, between the field of stars above, and the fields of dead below, taking a wayward shot at love, giving it all back when we go. I saw plenty people living with nothing and felt grateful for my shoes, for all the road took from me and all I've still got left to lose. Some nights I swear I hear this whole old world croaking the blues, howling the hurt of this tragic tangle of souls. It's a fleeting incarnation, it's a gift that you can't keep. Stardust with a will to live is all there is to me. Every atom's borrowed and every heart's a refugee, just looking for home in this strange tangle of souls. Between the field of stars above, and the fields of dead below, taking a wayward shot at love, giving it all back when we go. Some say this world's an accident, just a clockwork running down. Some talk like it's a tournament where the coolest gets the crown. Seems to me it's a pilgrimage and every step's hallowed ground. A walk through fire in a holy tangle of souls. My brain boggles at the distance that brought this song to you. All the bottlenecks and borders I put my body through. Hualien City to Haida Gwaii, Katoomba to Kalamazoo, wide-eyed wandering through I'm tired of all this calculating, waiting around so long. Takes a lonesome rambler to sing a lonesome rambling song. Honey, put your good foot in the road. Figure out the details, check your numbers twice. If you want to make a break for it, well, don't take that advice. Honey, put your good foot in the road. Tell you a card laid is a card played. When it's him that's dealing, well, exceptions do get made. Honey, put your good foot in the road. I sure like Mama's biscuits and her homemade apple jam, but I love the feel of waking up not knowing where I am. Honey, put your good foot in the road. On forever, the road it never stops. Just easy on your liver, boys, and careful round the cops. Honey, put your good foot in the road. There's plenty generous people on the right and on the left. You'll see we're bound together like the warp is to the weft. Honey, put your good foot in the road.
Hey, how's it going? I hope it's working. Somebody can tell us it's working. We'll be super happy to know that. But yeah, once again, to the very last minute, trying to dial things in the van.
It's a nail biter back here, folks.
It's a nail biter every time.
Oh, yeah. There's something pinching on there. And you're right, I'm not sure that the pink against the maroon is working, but we're going to go with it. Coming at you in techno color here.
Your mom says it's working. I don't know if she means the sound or the pink on the maroon or both.
Auntie Joanne.
Maybe both.
Hello from Regina, Saskatchewan. Yay.
Hey, Joanne, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, Bruce.
Hey,
cool.
It's working. Great.
Okay, it's working.
All right.
We're coming to you from the Pecan Grove
Don't
RV
say
Park
down here
in Austin, Texas. Yes, and we have learned that this is a pecan grove, not a pecan grove. A pecan grove is a
thing with a bunch of
group
honey buckets under your bed.
Yeah. A pecan grove is it's the group noun for a group of porta potties. So super exciting to be in Austin. We're having a great time. We've been running around on our bikes a bit, catching a bit of music, and yeah, I think we want to start off with a Texas song. This is a Townes Van Zandt number. Yeah, like that, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, in C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, that'd be kind of
You would like it in C, right?
That's good. It's good like that.
Okay, cool. So we got Corin Raymond joining us this week. Super excited.
He's in the wings.
Yeah, he's waiting in the wings. We were also troubleshooting right till the last minute. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's crazy to try and produce a TV show from the back of your van.
And then?
And then it's like 5 minutes to showtime and I got no other choice.
And crazy's the only way to be.
Oh, I was going to play. Yeah, I was going to play. Yeah, I was going to play New Grist, wasn't I?
That sounds like it, yeah.
Ah, let's play that Townes Van Zandt song. There ain't much that I ain't tried. Fast living, slow suicide. Plenty running and a place to hide. looking for you. Well, my friends, they all agree there ain't many fools like me. I just tell them wait and see and go looking for you. Looking low and looking high, looking far and looking wide. I tell myself I tried, but it just ain't true. Just won't do. Still looking for you. Still looking for you. From the shadow of the darkest pine to the edge of the sweet sunshine, I'll keep looking till I make you mine, looking for you. And when the curtain tumbles down, I'll be somewhere hanging round with my heart laid on the ground, looking for you. Looking low and looking high, looking far and looking wide. I tell myself I tried, but it just ain't true. Just won't do. Still looking for you. Still looking for you. Hey, Pamela May.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay, it's been a while. Towns Van Zandt, nicely done.
Hey, Ron and Judy are
Ron and
here.
Judy.
Thanks for coming, Ron and Judy. Wow. Here somebody says, Erica in Mornington Peninsula says, you're about to interrupt me listening to Corin Raymond on CD.
Oh,
Well,
here,
I guess you can.
here it is in real time.
Cool. And it sounds like the sound is working compared to last
Okay.
week.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, good.
Living
Hey,
and learning.
Kathy, you were in Great Falls this past summer. Did you go to the Mermaid Bar? The Sip and Dip Lounge? We went, but the mermaids were they take days off too.
It's not the not the slurp and burp. That's a different one. That's the brewery down the street.
The Slurp and Burp. So also I saw Annie from Eugene is here, and she says she got the album in the mail, or the books in the mail. Thanks so much. Annie was the winner of last month's Cook's Books draw, and we're gonna have another as soon as I finish another book.
Make it a short one.
A short book, yeah. Went some breweries. Oh yeah, not to the Sip and Dip Lounge, eh? You did do the Slurp and Burp Lounge. Oh, thanks for saying, Nikki Howard. Come back to Majors Creek. I so want to. I had such a good time there. Yeah, let's do Say Can You See, and let's do it in C.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's keep it in the key.
Yeah, let's keep it in the key it's supposed to be in.
All
All right. So yeah, we've been it's an interesting time to be touring. It's an interesting time to be in the United States. There's a lot going on. But yeah, we've been singing this song at every show, and sometimes, like even in Great Falls, feeling like maybe a little tingle of excitement, singing it and wondering how people are going to react. But
People want it on the campaign trail.
yes, so far people are like, yeah, you need to get that
Get that
song
out to a candidate.
out in the world, which is the greatest thing, really. If you're ever talking to a singer-songwriter, you should tell them, hey, man, people really need to hear that song.
Yeah,
You
and
should
sing
really
along to it.
get it out there. Yeah. Is there a way? Is there a way, like, you can get it out in the world?
Yeah, that song's got utility.
Like, yeah, okay. I've been thinking of that. I just haven't figured it out yet. Anyway, a little song called Say Can You See? I love this country. I love the people and the land. But there's a lot of stuff happening that I can't understand. We got billions for bailouts. We got trillions for wars. But it's hard for working people to make a living anymore. Hear me out for a second. This ain't a partisan song. It ain't about right and left. It's about right and wrong. We're fighting over the scraps while a few are living like kings. 'Cause screwing us over's a bipartisan thing, and it's working people who made this country great, not the greedy opportunists or the peddlers of hate. And if a new day's coming, it's gotta come from you and me. Oh, say can you see? See, I got a neighbor, we don't always agree. He's a bit of a redneck, according to a hippie like me. But if you're in the ditch, he'll pull you out, I know he will. And that's more than I can say for all those dickheads on the hill. He works hard for his family. He's got loyalty and pride. The company took all he gave and then cast him aside. 'Cause there's profit in poverty. Hell, there's profit in prisons. And they don't even pay taxes. They just buy politicians. But it's working people who made this country great, not the greedy opportunists or the peddlers of hate. And if a new day's coming, it's gotta come from you and me. Oh, say can you see? Oh, say can you see? And in New York Harbor, there's a lady with a flame, still calling in the huddled masses in liberty's name. But there's fear on the airwaves and hatred wrapped in the flag, turning strangers into enemies and our riches into rags. And a revolution to break the grip of greed don't need a strong man or a savior, but I believe we're gonna need whatever magic this whole world's got left to start, and all the ammunition in the chambers of our hearts. It's working people who made this country great, not the greedy opportunists or the peddlers of hate. And if a new day's coming, it's gotta come from you and me. Oh, say can you see? Oh, say can you see? Hey, Pamela, I gotta tilt this up just a bit more so we can see the top of your head.
Yeah, get that bun.
Yeah.
Get that bun in there.
Hey, Laura Lee's here.
What?
Nice arms, Pammy May.
Laura Lee.
Bam. All right.
Yay, Edmonton.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming, Sarah. Thanks for coming, Alan. I'm glad it sounds good. He's a real sound man. Says it sounds good. That's good. Yes, this song needs to be heard. All right. If you know how to get it to people, boy, I'm trying my
You got
best.
the ears.
Thank you for hearing it. And wow. And look, it's Celeste. Amazing. So our first show in the States, we played in Great Falls, Montana with Carrie Morin and Celeste.
Sweet.
And wow, Carrie Morin. If you don't know him yet, check out Carrie Morin, Carymorin. Amazing guitar player and songwriter, real evocative songwriter. It was so great sharing a stage with him, and we're going to share 2 more stages in Auburn, Alabama at Eddie Owen Presents, and in ISIS Music Hall in Asheville, North Carolina. And who knows, maybe we could talk Carrie into coming on one of these. Maybe Carrie and Celeste could come on one of our shows.
There we go.
That'd
Here,
be cool.
This is live planning.
Help. Yeah.
This is behind the scenes talk now.
Oh, thanks for tuning in, Barb. Thanks for coming last week, too.
Yay.
Oh, and look at that,
Hey,
Kathy
Barb.
Crawford. Oh, man. Wow.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll play one more on the being in Texas theme, I guess.
We'll look at all the comments later.
We noticed down here people really like their Jesus from the billboards. Wow. But yeah, I say it deliberately. They really like their Jesus. So this is a song about my Jesus. If he showed up now, you wouldn't know what to do. He'd be flat broke as usual, filthy too. And the worst thing about it, when he comes to town, is the kind of people that he brings around. But all of your life you have called him your friend, promised you'd stick by him right to the end. So you'd say, do us the honor, have something to eat. And he'd say, where were you when I was living on the street? He showed up now, there'd be trouble, I bet. He'd be talking revolution. Or did you forget when you told him you'd follow him? He said, if you were anything like me, they'd kill you too. Say, I've been calling you, haven't you heard? I live by your name and I die for your word, and I'd fight to defend it in every detail. And he'd say, where were you when I was in jail? Showed up now, would you recognize him? If he came as a pauper when you expected a king, or as an illegal scrounging for bills, or a defenseless child in the Mexican hills, you'd say, I've been fighting your cause all along. I studied your pages and sang out your songs, and it was in your name that I closed every prayer. And he'd say, where were you when I was sick and couldn't get care? He'd say, if I'd known it was you,
you I'd have come. I fought for your honor and all that I've done. It was under your banner in the name of the sun. And he'd say, where were you for the weakest ones? Where were you for the weakest ones?
Thank you, Pamela May.
Thank you, Scott, for writing songs.
Oh, thanks for tuning in, friends. Lisi's here.
Hi, Lizzie.
Wow.
That's a big band
Richard
snuggle.
McEwen. Hi from Twanga-diddly-doo.
Hoo-wee.
That might be a place in Australia, but I'm
Wow,
not sure.
That could be the name of our van from now on. Get into the honky tonk.
Hey, Caitlin, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for doing these concerts each week. Well, thank you for tuning in each week. It seems like a crazy idea to do it every week, and we'll decide if we're going to keep doing it every week. But so far, so good, you know. We got 80 Kind Souls joining us here tonight, and that seems pretty sweet to have 80 Kind Souls in the back of the van.
I think I'll wear this one next time.
Hey, that looks pretty good with the
better
color
than the
scheme.
pink. You were right. You were right on the fashion.
Well, I don't know.
It was like a $5 buy today at this really great consignment
Maybe
store.
people can chime in and maybe they can dress us next week.
Yeah,
we can just
that's
have all
it.
the clothes
just do
and
paper dolls. Remember the paper dolls?
Hank, man, it's so good to see your name, buddy. We're coming to the island in May. We're gonna be on Victoria Island, and I really hope to see you then. Oh, Celeste says they could do the show from their RV.
Oh my goodness, RV to RV.
That would be
Okay.
amazing.
We're on.
That would be so amazing.
All right.
Is it Australia? I mean, Invasion Day in Australia today. Wow. Okay. Thanks for letting us know, Nikki. Wow. Oh, hey, there's Noella. Yeah.
Uncle Lauren, yay.
Pam, you have to quit bathing in the fountain of youth.
It's a filter on the screen.
I think,
don't know.
yeah, I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's
pretty
all right.
amazing.
It's coming on. It's coming on.
All right. So, hello from Yuma, Snowbird from Beaumont, Alberta. Wow. Thanks for joining us. Maybe you know Margaret. All right. We're gonna bring our special guest on here.
Woo-hoo.
Super excited to have him. He's one of my favorite songwriters in the whole world. He's been a huge inspiration and mentor and tour mate and friend to me. So let's get him in the van here. Corin Raymond.
Red Rover, Red Rover.
Oh, I gotta unmute you. There we go.
Oh, awesome. That's great.
Yes.
My dad always wanted to mute me when I was a kid. All the time.
We didn't have the technology back then.
I know. When I was like, he'd always say, you were the loudest kid on the street. You know, he'd be listening to the people, and I bet he wished he had like that remote control, you know?
Just a click of a button.
I know. Life is so much easier now on these devices.
Well, we're happy to hear your voice.
I love being here. I'm jealous. Like, you guys are in Austin. And
Yeah, what a town. Wow,
have you guys been swimming at Barton Springs yet?
No, funny enough, we're on Barton Springs Road and we haven't been out there yet. It's been raining the past couple days.
Okay,
Oh, I love
this
it.
is something to put on the list of things to do. We're sort of balancing doing things and not doing things with the
Right.
state of affairs right now. But the
Makes
spring sounds
sense.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Swimming
I
in
have
January.
I have a friend in Austin who's Canadian, who's like, he's got folks in Canada, and they came down to visit him at Christmas, and they all went swimming on like Christmas Day in Barton Springs, because I mean the water's the same temperature all year round, and like of course there was no one else like even near the water, and people were coming and taking pictures of them and stuff. Like,
Fools! It's winter.
totally.
Yeah, it's like unseasonably cold here right now, but it's been just glorious to be like riding bikes around.
Yeah.
Oh my
We went up to the
goodness.
Continental Club on the first night, and we went to Radio Coffee and saw a little bluegrass last
Oh
night.
yeah,
Yeah.
Radio Coffee.
Yeah, sweet spot.
I love that
Yeah.
place.
Outdoors. The folks beside us were like, "You guys think this is warm, don't you?" And we're like, "Yeah, this is amazing."
Oh my
It's
goodness.
also Dog City. That's why I love it here. There's dogs everywhere.
Oh,
I don't know if it's known for that, bats and dogs.
There's
but
like so
it's
many dogs
amazing.
here.
So many dogs.
I mean, it's just good dog weather, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
getting outside, and you can bring your dogs to the venues outside. It's, yeah.
Except it'd be too hot for me. I couldn't be a dog in Austin through the summer. I couldn't. You know. Oh.
Maybe if you lived at the springs, then you could swim every day.
I just paddle around until winter.
How long's it been since you were down here?
Oh, a few years now, like several years, I think. I don't even know when I was last there. Was it 2000? I want to say 2017, maybe. I don't even know. 4 years ago. Everywhere seems so long ago now.
Or?
I was
Yeah,
down
no
with
doubt.
Jonathan. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't. The calendar is like abstract wreckage. My whole history is abstract wreckage. I don't know what I did with my life or where it is, or I can't tell you what happened when.
You really were that guy that you see in the pictures.
Really?
I'm here to tell you. I remember. Yeah,
Somebody's
you
got
really
it
were that guy.
documented.
Was that me? Because
That really was.
I haven't even played guitar this year, and it's amazing how I can forget that I'm even a guy who plays songs, and then when you said, hey, do you want to come on or whatever, I was like, yeah, I could find that guy. Like I started looking for him pretty soon after that, and I had to go to some of the old places to say, have you seen
Is he
guy
around?
kind of looks like me, but he plays songs all the time. And they're
Did
like,
he put up a
yeah, I
wanted
saw him. I
poster?
saw him here a couple years ago. I haven't seen him since. I'm like, all right. Anyway,
Thanks for bringing him back out, buddy.
I know he's here. He's here.
Why don't you get him to sing us one here?
All right, I will. And since I'm gonna sing a song that's 21 years old, so it's out late at night. It's got the keys to the car. It's it's a good age for a song. It's getting in trouble.
Even down here.
At Alton.
That's
Even down
right.
Here it's yeah, especially.
Isn't the drink? Is it 21 down there?
It's
It is,
here,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, it's 16 in Cuba. I just want to say, 16.
Ooh. bit
Just for
more
anyone out there
civilized.
with the youngsters planning a vacation, 16 in Cuba. Book your tickets now. This is a song. This is a 21-year-old song, and I would have written this just before I met you, Scott, and not too long before I met you. And I also want to say that Willie Nelson was a big help on this tune. I mean, I didn't have his phone number or anything, but I was listening to that album of his, Me and Paul, and I kind of was wondering what Willie Nelson would do with this idea, and so he helped me. Just want to go, and I'd like to dedicate this to someone who might be listening out there. I don't know if Michael Park is on the line. Michael Park of the International Americana Music Show.
He sure is. He sure
Okay,
is.
great. Well, this is for you, Michael, and everybody else is welcome to listen in. But Michael, I'll sing this for you, brother. Give it March, my friend. January's cold and gray. Give it March, my friend. 'Cause nothing's gonna change today. Give it March, my friend. You're in a February way. Give it March. Give it April. Give it May. 'Cause all that I can think about is Friday night I saw her out with someone new. Some guy I'd never seen before. And there was nothing I could do. When I walked out of the bar, I don't know how my broken heart could beat so fast. I wandered home alone. I just want to put it in the past. Is that too much to ask? If it March, my friend, January's cold and gray. Give it March, my friend, 'cause nothing's gonna change today. Give it March, my friend, you're in a February way. Give it March, give it April, give it May. Let's hear what June will have to say when she pirouettes through May to make the scene, lighting every avenue with her fireworks of green. Tonight there's nothing can be done, just have to mark them one day at a time. You know, you can mark them with a song, mark them with a simple rhyme. I happen to have a simple rhyme. It says, give it March, my friend, January's cold and gray. Give it March, my friend, nothing's gonna change today. Give it March, my friend, you're in a February way. Give it March, give it April, give it May. Give it March, my friend, give it April, give it May. Time is still your friend. Give it April, give it May.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Give it March, my friend.
Give it April. Give it May.
Yeah, I was kind of working on that tune, you know, when I had a huge breakdown when I was 29. I've had some pretty good ones the last couple of years to rival that. But at that point, I was working on songs, trying to see if I could write songs on my own for the first time, you know. And I was working on that one, and I just was like, what would Willie Nelson write if his heart was broken and he lived in a temperate zone?
Hang on. Just hang on.
And he helped me, man. He helped me. He came to my rescue. He put his hand on my shoulder, you know.
Good
Yeah.
counsel.
Wow, that song, man, that one, that whole first record of yours, Record Lonesome Night, really spoke to me at the time, and that one in particular, you know, when we met, as you know, I was on just a disastrous tour, and
I didn't know at the time. I would have.
You didn't know. Well, yeah, I mean, I did a good job of pretending that I wasn't, you know, that I wasn't so shit out of luck as I was.
Part of it.
I was trying to fake it till I made it, you know.
Oh man, you did it. I mean,
But
you're in a
that-
van in Austin. Doesn't get better than that.
A pretty nice van too.
Yeah, it's good.
It looks like you're in a studio. You're in like a little theater. Like I'm like, is it like a Doctor Who van? Anyway, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you either because it means a lot that song spoke to you. You know, when you were traveling home. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
man. I mean, that's like, that song just says the thing that we all need to hear when we're going through something, right? It's just like, it's so hard to remember that you've been through things like that before, and that time changes them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
That's
you say,
been
time's still your friend. It's like,
time is still your friend.
it'll turn it around. But
You know,
it's
when I
hard
was
to
just
remember.
going over this song today, and when I came to that line, it's like I felt like I was singing to myself, you know, because it's been a while since someone said that to me. Time is still your friend. And holy smokes, you know, as you get into your later life, and you know, I've been just having a bit of a crisis a couple of years, and you know, a real sort of identity crisis and later life crisis, and kind of course, the pandemic creates all kinds of you know, room for all kinds of thoughts that aren't helpful. And, you know, there's often been the feeling that time was no longer my friend, you know, and just when I came to that line earlier today, I felt soothed by it, you know. I was like, oh, yeah, time is still my friend, you know. So, yeah, man, got to remember our own songs. Because I listen to your songs, Scott, and I always wish I could, like, be a Scott Cook song. Like that's my aspiration in life, really, is just to become a Scott Cook song. You know, if I could just manage that, even for a couple weeks, I feel like it would just be fantastic. People would be like, "What's going on, man? Like you're just so sunny and like you're so hopeful and astute." And like I just feel this real positive energy coming off you. Like, oh, you know, what'd you do? You know, I'd be like, I just turned into a Scott Cook song, you know. And I'd be handing out your albums, you know. I'd be like, hey, it can happen to you, you know. I'd be handing out your discs.
Well, I'm trying to be the guy who knows the stuff in those songs myself, you know. It's
totally. I know. I feel like I'm gonna be on my deathbed and I'm just gonna say, play me all my records, you know, and they're gonna like press play and we're gonna do the whole canon before I die. And as it plays, I'm just gonna be like, I understand you now, you know. It's gonna be this thing. Like I'm just gonna get it, you know. Just as I'll do my encore, you know, play one last song before they
play me back home.
Yeah, before they put me in the big guitar case, you know.
Just a big guitar case.
That would be great. I want an open casket, and I want it to be a giant guitar case. Like with that.
Try to picture which way your head's gonna go.
Yeah, which way's?
Well, my neck.
I guess
my neck would rest right on that perfect little where the neck of the guitar.
Yeah,
like my neck would rest there. My head would be actually where the head stock would be.
Stock, yeah.
And the rest of me would just kind of fit in there because it would be big, you know. And you could even tuck a few other things in there, like underwear and socks and stuff.
And things, yeah.
For when I get to where I'm going, it'd be like in Egypt
you need
where
a capo.
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly. All the stuff I need for when I get my first gig, you know, wherever I'm going.
And some scope or some kind of mouthwash, maybe.
Definitely mouthwash, because when I'm doing my first gig as a dead man, I really want to have some scope, you know?
After that journey, for sure.
Yeah. Nobody wants to smell dead mouth.
No, dead mouth. Oh, man, that's a band that both of us could have been in if we'd taken a different road.
Totally, you rockers, punkin'.
Dead mouth. You'd be having me on your show, and there'd be like 5 of us all dressed in black, and it's like there'd be cigarette smoke everywhere, and we'd be, you know, you wouldn't be able to understand what we're saying, but the Dead Mouth's latest hit would be coming at you.
It's good. Vapes are good for that. Vapes give you a good photo op for the dead mouth. Too,
oh, okay. I thought you meant vaping gives you dead mouth.
Yeah,
dead mouth.
That's right, kids.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Stay
off the vapes, kids.
I never want to hear anyone say that to me, particularly a woman that I'm making out with. You know, I never want to hear that. I never want anyone to say, "Oh, you've got dead mouth." You know, that's terrible.
No, you want to be a bouquet of spring flowers and mint and garden goodness.
Totally.
Growing things, live things.
Preemptive, yeah, you need a preemptive scope strike when you hit the afterlife, just so that doesn't happen.
It's like going to the dentist, you know, maybe St. Peter the First, maybe he just hands you a little cup of mouthwash, you know. You just get that little shot when you're going in.
Yeah.
And just inside the pearly gates, there's just a big bin with all these little scope containers.
It's like, you know, this is for you, buddy.
Hey, we won't know till we get there, you know.
We can't write home about it either. No.
Oh, God, I love that song of yours, Scott, too, that My Jesus. That sounds like, is that a new title for that? Is that...
well, that's what... Who said that? Midge Metheny said that. Yeah, it's still called If He Showed Up Now, yeah.
But that's like a good traveling title, My Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
My Jesus, that'll get your attention. I wish I had you sometimes, you know, like I know it's not good taste to reference Woody Allen, but there is that fantastic scene in Annie Hall where he's listening to the guy behind him in the lineup at the movies going on and on about Marshall McLuhan. And then he just turns around and says, I happen to have Marshall McLuhan right here. And he like pulls them out like onto the camera, you know, and Marshall McLuhan is like, you know nothing of my work and all this stuff. It's like one of those moments, you know. And I just wish I could just pull you out. Like, you know, when I get in a conversation with folks sometimes, we're going to be like, just a second here. And I just like pull you onto the, you know, and all of a sudden you're there and you're like, if he showed up now. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Scott.
And they'd be like, who are you singing about? And I just pulled Jesus out.
Yes, exactly. Oh, my God. Listen, you got to shut me up here because I'm just going to start.
All right, well, sing us a song.
Okay. I want to dedicate this to the Lost Dakotas, who are a band that I just heard a couple times when I was an adolescent. Saw them busking, and they had a song called "Last Train to Kipling." And for those of you who haven't been to Toronto or live in Toronto or ever taken the Bloor line on the subway, Kipling is the furthest west you can go. And Last Train to Kipling, these guys were singing it at Bloor and Young, and it was just the coolest thing. When I was like 14 years old, I heard them singing that, and it was like, damn, they're singing about the train I'm getting on. You know, they're actually singing about this train. So anyway, one of them died quite young, and they had a real impact on me at a malleable age, and my mind was malleable, you know. And dedicate this to them. This song is it's called "We Are So Lightly Here." I need something to lean on that's stronger than I am. We are so lightly. We are so lightly. Can't ask 20 milligrams to hold back the whole dam. We are so lightly here. It's good night morning, good morning nighttime. We are so lightly, we are so lightly. Rise and cry, you can shine when it's the right time. We are so lightly here. We are so lightly, we are so lightly, we are so lightly here. And it's out of the nowhere, into the now here. We are so lightly, we are so lightly. We're together here tonight, we might not be next year. We are so lightly here. And I saw the Lost Dakotas when I was a stripling. We are so lightly, we are so lightly. And then Greg McConnell, he took that last train to Kipling. We are so lightly here. We are so lightly, we are so lightly, we are so lightly here. My mama left me, she never said why. We are so lightly, we are so lightly. It's my gift to be alive, but I also get to die. We are so lightly here. Please, I'd rather die than pass away. We are so lightly, we are so lightly. Just bury me on a Monday when my friends are free to play. We are so lightly. We are so lightly. We are so lightly. We are so lightly. Hey, we are so lightly. We are so lightly. We are so lightly here. I got one last thing to say. And if any of you folks out there in the magic front row feel like joining me on that chorus at the end, please go ahead. Listen. Think of someone who hurt you, who you think of often. We are so lightly, we are so lightly. Maybe it's time to let that grudge begin to soften. We are so lightly here. Might even be the night to bury the hatchet. We are so lightly, we are so lightly. The moon is on a breakaway and that cloud will never catch it. We are so lightly here. We are so lightly, we are so lightly, we are so lightly here. Say it with me one time. We are so lightly, we are so lightly, we are so lightly here. We are so lightly here. We are so lightly here.
Oh
Here we
man.
are.
We are so lightly here.
We are indeed.
Wow. Oh dude, that song touches the mystery, man.
Oh, thanks, man. My
Hey,
cousin Ed, who had a co-write on "May the River Run Dry." Love my cousin Ed. Haven't talked to him in too long, but he always had this expression whenever a song would get him. You know, whenever the music would really get inside him, he'd always say, "Oh, they're talking to the ghosts, man. They're talking to the ghosts." And oh my God, I always love when he said that. And one time I played him "The Law and the Lonesome" when Jonathan and I first finished it, and he said that after I finished it, he said, "You're talking to the ghosts." And I was like, oh, touching the mystery. Yeah,
Hey man, Elise is here. Elise from down Twin Butte Way.
No way.
Also,
Elise.
Dr. Bob is here from Twin Butte, the
cool.
veterinarian.
Oh, cool.
And there's Ina and Pete down.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Ina and
Southern
Pete.
Alberta's coming in hard.
Oh my God. Oh, the old
Come
jar
back,
bar.
come back, Corin. Yeah.
Matt Hughes says Abstract Wreckage is a great band name.
Ooh, yeah, we're Abstract Wreckage. Yeah, that's good. Anything that any opportunity that you have to say the words "we're Abstract Wreckage," I think is good. Yeah.
Also, I got to show you this. Moshe Foster says, just woke up in Taipei watching from bed. Wowza, didn't recognize Corin from the last time you guys came together and sang songs with Bob one day until I heard that lovely storytelling voice.
Oh.
See,
Yeah, 'cause
it's true. You're that guy.
I was clean shaven last time. I was like, you could see my face. I don't, I'm traveling incognito. I just invented that word. I think it's all right.
That's a good one.
Incognito.
I got to throw up your website here.
Sure, man. And if people want to find me these days, my Patreon is the place that I'm showing up at these days.
Well, why don't I put? Okay, I'm gonna put your Patreon on then.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it just patreon.com/Corin
Raymond. I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Cool.
the best place to find me. And
I gotta tell people I am actually a supporter of that Patreon account. I'm a patron of that, and I've been getting my money's worth.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm going to put up a sweet song tomorrow.
Sweet.
And and talk about books a lot this year. We've actually already got a book club going with like Louise in Scotland and Wendy Tutt, who owns the Playhouse Cinema here in Hamilton, and my friend Melanie Harrington, and we're all going to read The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and it all happened on Patreon. All of a sudden, we're all getting the book next week, and I have a feeling there's going to be more of us. And it's like, I love organic book clubs that just happen naturally when people are excited about a book. It's really fun. So I just love it. It inspires me. So, yeah.
Wow.
But anyway,
Super
thanks
cool.
so much for having me today in your van and in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
And
if folks want to kick in the tip jar, we're going to split the tips with Corin. There it is. Tips and merch on scottcook.net/store. And again, yeah, check out Corn's Patreon if you wanna see what he's up to right now. I do have to ask you that the mouse, is he staying? You posted a video of a mouse running around in
Petit
the
Bernard.
bookshelf.
Petit Bernard is here to stay. He's great. I'm hoping to develop a deeper friendship with him. I want to make him a little writing desk and get him some pen and paper and leave him out a little peanut butter, a little cheese, and create a little den for him to work in. And I'm hoping that he'll write his mousy memoir while he's here.
Petit Bernard.
He's the best. Petit Bernard he's great. He's a really excited guy, and he actually inspires me to be more active in my life because I see what he's doing. I mean, he was out at 4:00 this afternoon, and he'll be out at 2 a.m. And he'll be just as excited about everything at either end of the clock. And I'm just like, damn, if Petit Bernard can like run around and get his errands done, I'm feeling like maybe I could step up my game.
Yeah.
All right, as long as, like Pamela says, as long as part of what he's getting done is not making baby mice.
Yeah.
Hey, they gotta have a nest somewhere, and I mean, East Hamilton's a fine place for mice. Can I tell you the quickest crazy mouse story before I go? Very quick.
Sure.
Okay, because this will give you an idea. East Hamilton mice are their own animals, And I went away for a tour one time. It was a couple months I was gone, And I had a housemate at the time named Chantel. But my bedroom had been unused that whole time, and I left it all nice and neat. I come home from that tour. And before I came home from that tour, Chantel told me something funny. She said that in the days before I returned, she said twice this really weird thing had happened. She'd been sitting in the living room, and a mouse had come right out into the middle of the floor, and not in a straight line, but just kind of like wobbling around a bit. Had come out in the and she said one mouse came right on the floor, stood up on its hind legs, and kind of just looked around in a daze. Like right in the middle of the floor, as if like it didn't even know why it came into the room. It was very un-mouse-like behavior, and Chantel was like, by the way, this weird thing happened, with the mice in the house. So I come home and I forgot about that. I go up to my bedroom and I pull the sheets back on my bed, and not only is there some mouse poop there, a little signs that the mice had been there in the bed, but they had taken drugs from my bedside little collection of various things. They had taken Tylenol 3s and pharmaceutical CBD. That's all they took. They took that into the bed. So in the bed, there was like a couple T3s that had been chewed on, and there was this pharmaceutical CBD capsule that had been opened, and the powder was there, and they had been in there, and I'm imagining there was a few of them having a real good time, and they were in there, and I just was so proud of them, And I remember just thinking, yeah, I'm in Hamilton now, and I'm in East Hamilton, and that's an East Hamilton mouse,
Mice are badass.
And I imagine that mouse coming into the middle of the room, forgetting why it was there, and I was just like, yeah, you did. I just hope that they survived, but like I was really proud to live in a house where there were mouse that were that hardcore. So
that's a really refreshing mindset to have about mice. I'm loving it.
I mean, they're also, it's a pandemic, I'm a lonely man.
Petit Bernard, welcome. Bienvenue.
Petit Bernard.
Petit Bernard.
Petit Bernard. Okay. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for having us, buddy. Thanks for joining us. I mean, stick around on here.
I will.
We'll just sing one song. And we'll have another chat with you.
Oh, sure. But, I'll be right here.
Awesome.
Okay, I'll bring Bernard if he comes along. I'll bring him with me. Okay.
That was the amazing Corin Raymond. Can you believe that? Oh man, joining us in our van here in Austin. I think we probably should just sing one more song because we're talking a lot and all that. But we'll sing more songs next week. We did have a request for a Kid with a Comic Book, for a Trevor Mills song, and we were like, yeah, let's do a Trevor Mills song. And then we had a ton of requests for Fish Jumpin', which we're gonna have to just tee that one up for next week, because we haven't played that in forever, and we'll have to remember how it goes. But we'll play it next week.
Yeah,
Tune
it's
in.
good. It's good to collect
Hey
these
Tyler
songs.
Allen, love you too, buddy. Thanks, man. Aw. Oh, and there's Paul was there at Bob one day. Oh man. Hello back to frigid Hibbing, Minnesota. Wow. All right, so yeah, we'll play you a Trevor Mills song, and then we'll leave you, and we will be, as we said, we'll be back here next week, same time,
Yeah.
same place.
No, same place.
Well, same
Wow.
place right here in the back of Roadetta, but
Where
in
in
a
the
different
world will we
place.
be?
We'll be in New Orleans.
What?
Yeah.
Not a real place.
For real.
Oh my gosh.
And I think we're gonna go around New Orleans and get a little bit of video of some whoever we see on the street playing
Melissa.
music. Oh yeah, we're gonna see Melissa Walker in New Orleans. How about that? So this is a Trevor Mills song by request. If you got more requests, throw them in the comments. There's way too many people in the comments saying wonderful things that
We'll read.
we would love to respond to each and every one. We'll read them all after the show. And if you got requests for next week, let us know. We'll put them in the show. And we'll also have a special guest, and you can't tell who it is till you get there. The earth was shipped in a cellophane wrapper to a godlike kid by galactic courier. He'd placed an order from the back of a comic book he'd read when he should have been in school. He had a project due in his socio-anthro, eco-geo, bio, and creationism course that he should have been working on instead of playing games with his gang of omnipotent pals. The project was due in 100,000 years, which can hardly be construed as enough time to populate a planet with intelligent beings who can live in a self-sustaining way. But he saw in the comic book an ad for a planet with the species on the brink of developing intelligence that could be shipped in a cellophane wrapper, and he thought, it's my ticket to an A. Now it might seem to you like 100,000 years is a long time, but if you just consider that the kid with the comic book would see 100,000 years pass like the twinkle of a star. So the kid put the earth on his desk in his bedroom underneath a heat lamp that he kept on a timer. On his walls he had made constellations using stickers that were stars that could glow in the dark. And he worked as the species on the brink of intelligence grew, found fire, built bombs, and exploded them. He cried when he learned the killing was so often interspersed with the praising of his name. So the kid with the comic book turned on the heat lamp, took a magnifying glass from his leftmost cupboard, and he looked to the earth, picked a symbolic bush, and focused and set it on fire. And when the bush was burning, the people got the message, and the leaders agreed to take responsibility and base their actions on accountability and promise that they'd try to get along. So the kid took the earth to his teacher who looked and saw good work and the room for improvement. Not a bad first try. B+ and excitement for your many more creations still to come. And now the earth lies wrapped in bubble wrap there on the floor of the closet of the kid with the comic book. His mother checks in every now and then to ensure that things will work out in the end. And so everything will work out in the end.
Everything really does seem to work out in the end.
Even with the show,
It's
even
amazing. Right in the last, like, bated breath moments.
even
it's,
when we're freaking out and it's held together by toothpicks. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, friends. And I hope to see you next week, same time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain Time.
Hey, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
All right. Where do we go here? It's this one. Is it this one? There we go. All right. Come on now. Cool. All right. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
As a kid, all I could think about was getting out and running around. Heard my teachers and my bosses making offers to tie me down. But the poets and the misfits, the lost and profound, we're talking like the world's a big old tangle of souls. So I said